Today, the moon is in Leo, where we focus on self-expression. And so, yesterday I shared about some of the alignments that are in the middle of the night, early wee hours on Monday, May 13th. And as the day progresses, those alignments, we move on from them. So a couple of the alignments were Sun conjunct Uranus. The other one was Moon going into Leo, opposing Pluto. If you missed yesterday's video on some of that, I highly recommend it. There are some interesting themes going on that you can get more insight into with my video from Sunday, May 12th. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Monday, May 13th. And so as we move past these alignments that are asking us to uh, access our own deeper truth and explore what that looks like through self-expression, through creativity, through trying out ways of presenting ourselves, sharing, offering, shining our light, and putting things into expression. So whether that's working on an art project or experimenting with how you present yourself, that is a way to dive a little bit deeper into understanding who you are through the process of expressing yourself. We had the moon in Cancer over the weekend with the Mother's Day holiday in the United States. And so the themes of family are up. Themes of mother, family, relationship to family, and as we are in this moon cycle where we're focusing on gratitude, it's really good to think about what you're grateful for. Gratitude for family members, mother, regardless of, where your mother is or if she's alive, or just how that is showing up for you in your life. Just recognizing the role that mother has to play, good and bad, right? All the things. And recognizing that your journey of self-discovery in this lifetime has also to do with how you sort of take over that role for yourself. So the self-nurturing, the self-care, the self-support for stepping into your own authentic way of being, right? So whose job is that? Whose job is it to support you to become who you are, who you really are, what that means, even though nobody else may necessarily really understand? It's you, right? We have to support ourselves in our own truth. So some reminders about that and whatever's coming up, or the Cancer moon over the weekend brings feelings, right? So we tap into those feelings, whether they're simple or complicated, or again, however that is for you, just noticing what your own emotional process is and what your needs are around how you move through that process. So we can think about how we support ourselves in our own journey of self-discovery, and what it looks like to nurture and care for ourselves, the self-care that is so important to cultivating our true selves. So even as we think about some of these bigger picture alignments with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, with the sun joining up with Uranus, as I was sharing yesterday, and briefly the moon opposes Pluto, right? So kind of brings up this deeper truth and the ways that we need to support ourselves in the deeper process of what we are becoming. So support for ourselves. And now that the moon is in Leo, thinking about how we want to express ourselves, express who we are, also how we need to move energy. So if you notice some feelings or an emotional process showing up for you over the weekend, whether it had to do with family or not, it could have to do with the inner child or um, the past, right? Our past experiences and the ways that they've shaped us. So that Cancer vibe connects to family, but it also connects to our own childhood, our own ways of seeing ourselves in the past. And so as the moon goes into Leo, where it is today, on Monday, May 13th, we then need to explore and experiment with how do we need to take this energy of the feelings, the emotional process, and move that energy. So Leo is a fire sign. It's about movement. And so that when we're talking about self-expression and creativity, it's kind of like, what do you need to do to move that emotional process along? And if you think about the word emotion, it's energy in motion. And so when we emote, we are moving the energy that is needing to flow, just like water needs to flow where it's trying to go, right? So with our emotional process, we also need the ability to move that energy. And so the creative process can help with that, doing some art, doing something that allows you to get yourself immersed in something. Springtime, a lot of us are doing some yard work. That might be a thing, but any kind of art or creative process, creativity, as well as thinking about your own self-expression. In other words, how do I do this that is authentic to me, is a question you can ask yourself. How do I do this thing? How do I express myself? How do I support myself to share who I am and allow myself to unfold in my own truth and, that feeling of freedom that comes from being who we really are. So we're on, as I was saying yesterday, we are on this journey of discovering what that is. Jupiter-Uranus conjunction means we're at the very beginning of a 14-year journey. So getting ourselves pointed in the right direction to support ourselves in how this journey might unfold. So as you think about gratitude, and we're doing our gratitude challenge for this Taurus moon cycle, thinking of one thing or more that you're grateful for every day. And then let's think with the Leo moon, something you might be grateful about yourself. So what about yourself are you grateful for? And how do you take care of yourself in your own unfolding, your own blossoming? All right. Thank you so much for being here. I am Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. I have room for consultations, readings. You can book a session with me. A consultation and a reading is the same thing, by the way, with me, because when I do a reading, it's really a wonderful time to connect with what are the real life issues you're dealing with, and how can your chart provide you insight into how to navigate it in the way that helps you in your own becoming, in your own blossoming according to your highest truth. All right. Thanks again. And thank you for subscribing. I will be here next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. See you next time.